I'm really going off the top of my head, to make this video. Um, I know I told a lot of people that my videos would be about relationships and things like that, but I wrote a book that's doing pretty good, but it's frustrating as well. It's frustrating because you have so many networks out there that wants you to pay them to market your book. And so one of the things that did, I would subscribe to these different places like BookBub and different places to get their newsletter. But the one thing I noticed when I started, so I wanted to see how they promoted other people's book. But the one thing that I noticed, being a black man, one thing that I noticed that BookBub and different newsletters will only market the white writers, the white books, and things like that. So I contacted BookBub to find out why they wasn't promoting like all genres of all colors, and they told me that I need to change my settings to African American and things like that. Now, that sounds like it makes a lot of sense. But when you are African American or you of a minority, and you have the majority being um, Caucasian, marketing Caucasian seems to be the norm. So what I asked BookBub, I asked them, I said, well, is there a category for white, for white authors? If there's not a category that I can contact for white authors, there should not be a category that I can contact for black authors. It should be just writers. The one thing I learned, as a poet, as a spoken word artist, as an artist, musicians love music. They all about music. It doesn't matter the gender. Artists are artists. It doesn't matter if you're an author, if you're a writer, if you're a musician, if you're a poet. A lot of times, this is the one place where I've seen lines cross as far as gender or cultural background. When you're an artist, it's like a totally different race. And it really upsets me that you have these entities that separate the artist. It still becomes white author, black author, urban writer is a writer. At the end of the day, we all serve a purpose. We all are here to serve the world with the things that we write. And you're always gonna have that entity that separate us. But at the end of the day, turn on the radio, you're liable to hear Prince, Michael Jackson, Bruce Springsteen, anything, and all those, so many commercials come on now with a lot of African American music because whatever song that person sing about is relevant to what they're trying to advertise. And I just feel like as an artist, as a writer, there should not be in separation. And from my personal experiences as a poet, I've shared the stage with different cultures and different ethnic backgrounds of people, but their words were relevant. I mean, I shared the stage with a girl. She was from where was this girl from? Well, she wasn't from this country. Very powerful poet. Her struggles were the same as many people in this country. And the thing that bonded us all together were words. Oh man, where was she from? But the name just crossed my mind. She was from another country. And she was pretty good, pretty good poet, different from a different place, but we were all the same on that stage. We all talked about life and struggles in the world and different things like that. So as an author, as a writer, is one thing I want to talk about as far as, black category, urban category, and things like that. If you are promoting books through your newsletter, if it's not a paid service and you're promoting it just to be promoting, then you should promote everybody. I shouldn't have to change what categories I want promoted. If you're just promoting books, people that's a part of your network, you should promote all writers. I shouldn't have to change to Black writer, African American writer, Hispanic writer, gay and lesbian writer. I shouldn't have to do that. Writers are writers, unless the author specifically want their stuff to be promoted to a particular demographic, that would be different. But, as far as my understanding, when I contacted them, they were just promoting books, people that was a part of the website, but they never promoted any minority books or anything like that. It was really based on Caucasians, and I just think that's unfair. We're all writers and we all have struggles, and we all try to, all writers, for whatever, God has blessed us. We feel like we're trying to save the world in so many ways. We're trying to write a message and reach you emotionally. And I don't like the fact that we are being separated, by race and things like that. But that's all I wanted to share today. Again, I wanted to put my thoughts out there. Again, I'm gonna be talking about, as I do more recordings, I will be talking about relationships and things like that. Just from my personal experiences and what I feel about men, and I feel about women, I feel about co-parenting, and what I feel about child support and different things I've experienced in life, and that's it. Thank you for tuning in.